I know I hit the live button. Ah, there we are. Okay. So I thought I'd get this preparation done a little quicker than I actually did. Alas, I failed. So, the goal of this stream is to get a library set up here and to spawn all of the codex and read them all. I title this place to be Steve's bedroom in honor of a friend of mine, Jill's husband, who is a fanatical fan of books and reading materials. So if I'm gonna go about doing that, I might as well just take those. Because why not? I need more room. A traditional fancy chair. Let's plop a chair there. Plop a chair! Stay a while and listen! So I found a barren planet here, and it just so happens to, have enough space for what I want to do. So let's get to it. Really can't see much here. There we go. Light! Let there be light! Okay, is this big enough for the largest bookshelf? It is. Okay, good. Good. I can maybe clear out a little more room here and have another tall bookshelf there. Okay, so that... Oh, where'd you go? Let's move this really tall one there. Let's move this one there. Where's the other one that I had? That one there. Sweet. Uh, will there be room for another bookshelf here? The answer is abso-freaking-lutely. Nice. So we even got a little bathroom here. Oh, this is another ornate bookshelf. Now it should fit. If I can remember what I did with it. Where'd you go? There we go. That should be more than adequate. I think that's about it for bookshelves. But what's a library without a bunch of books just strewn all over the place? Oh crap, I trapped myself. Oops. Well, I'm gonna need to fix that. Okay, let's go back into here. Let's get that. And then get that. Let's plop a bunch of books on top of this shelf here. Not too much. Whoops. Because, you know, books are just totally awesome, you know? Sweet. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Okay, so it's looking like I can't spawn that. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess this isn't going to work out quite as planned. I was hoping to spawn all of them. A guide to colony construction. Are you a budding property developer? Do you have vacant property that could be earning you extra pixels? Don't delay! Become an intergalactic landlord today. To start a colony, renovate an old disused dwelling, or start from scratch with a new construction. Ensure all walls and ceilings are tightly sealed from outside elements, with no gaps whatsoever. Install at least one light source and a fully operable door. Help your colonists to feel at home. It may sound materialistic, but tenants choose their home based on its contents. Stock up on objects that will appeal to your target audience. Stick to a coherent theme, and you may be able to attract more favorable clientele. Once the home is furnished throughout, it's time to place that all-important colony deed somewhere inside. Available now from your local furniture store. See local furniture store at your local outpost. For easy troubleshooting, every colony deed is fitted with a full color display that will keep you informed of your tenants' every need and remind you to collect your rent as soon as it becomes available. Happy tenants become friends for life. It is your responsibility as a landlord to protect your tenants from harm. If you choose to assist them with errands, you may be handsomely rewarded. Happy colonizing! Well, that was a funny read, and as I mentioned at the start of the stream, this particular stream is for a friend of mine, Jill, and her husband Steve. Her husband Steve likes to read. And to get an understanding of the backstory of Starbound, you need to look no further than the Codex. The Codex are the lore. They explain some of the backstory of the game that isn't included in the main storyline itself. So let's go on to the next one. The Terrene Protectorate has stood proudly for over 500 years, striving for peace and for unity amongst the people of the universe. We exist to offer aid to the vulnerable and sanctuary to those living in fear. We endeavor to educate, protect, and support all those who seek our help. We are the Terrene Protectorate. Long may we stand. So that kind of explains the Protectorate. Deadwing the Penguin. Gather round ye, and hear ye tell of Dreadwing, the scourge of the universe. Bane of all spacefarers, seldom a day goes by without some new nefarious scheme occurring in this contemptible beast. He prowls amongst the stars in his flying saucer, leaving naught but bitter resentment in his wake. Followers flock to him, drawn by respect or compelled by fear. At the sound of his name, his enemies scatter. To the four winds, he is Dreadwing, the small blue penguin. Shockhopper Mech Mark 1. A new fantastic offer! Have you ever wanted to combine the hydraulic fist of a Pungu Punch-O-Matic, the ball lightning production capabilities of a Stromotron 5000, and the firepower of a Theta 8 ground-to-air missile launcher? Well, now you can, with Dr. Akage's Shockhopper Mark 1. Other amazing features include dash thrusters capable of speed and flight, a wide-fire broad-barreled flamethrower, ergonomic controls for easy flipper use. Get yours today! At least I think my audio is working. Is it? Yeah, looks like, Let me go poke Jill, just to check. Ah, looks like Steve may be joining. Or at least he was typing something in Discord. Come on. Type faster, man. This also gives me a chance to relax the voice. Okay, let's go on to the next codec. The Terrain Protectorate Field Guide. Welcome, new Protector. The first thing we would like to say is do not panic. You have trained for this position for years, and you would not have graduated if you did not so earn the distinction of doing so. Some handy hints to keep your head. Your commanding officer is not just there to issue orders, but also to guide and support you. Utilize this support, and you will quickly find your feet. Don't worry about being left on your ship alone. This will not happen at any time. There will always be at least 3 crew members on board so that you can aid and assist one another. Every ship is equipped with a sail. As you are aware, the AI is a useful source of information, especially when tempered by the reassurance of your crewmates. Never beam down to a planet you do not recognize. Always equip yourself for the climate and threat level of the planet that you will be visiting. You will be briefed by your captain before you leave the ship and will be able to discuss concerns, should you have any, about the new environment. Though you will need to be issued with all the necessary equipment, remember, there are always untold dangers. Always wear your Terrain Protectorate issued uniform. This will allow anyone you meet to identify you as a member of the Protectorate. And as for mods, I have 2 workshop items, and I think I have stacking food. That's it. No other mods. I am in admin mode, though. Help others in need. Try your best to defend the innocent where possible, but do not engage in combat above your level. Call for backup when you need it. And remember, graduate, wherever you may go, you will always have Earth to come home to. Oh, but Earth was destroyed by a tentacle monster! Thank you, card. That eye thing was huge. What a hunt! You must be the second best hunter I know. Nuru. Kulex would be proud of you. Tonavek. Bloody good show! Baron 4C 69676874. You may have taught me that there's always hope. Thank you, Lana. The scientific importance of your achievement is immeasurable. Kuchi. You have the heart of a protector. Esther. Thank you for saving the universe. We hope you had enjoyed playing Starbound every bit as much as we enjoyed making it. The universe is free for you to explore. Safe travels. Chucklefish Games. Hee. The ancient alphabet. I think that's needed for something, but I don't remember. Aha, there we go. I thought I'd get this up and working. So, since I don't have all of the lore, I thought I'd start in on some from the Starbound Wiki. Warning, there will be spoilers. So I do apologize. 10 years on. It is hard to believe that 10 whole years have passed since the discovery of a seemingly incurable waterborne pathogen threatened the very existence of our once fragile people. But when all hope seemed lost, the formation of the Mini-Canog came with more than just a cure. Their vestige Evo process, originally distributed as a cure for the disease, had the additional benefit of evolving us into our now familiar forms. The Mini-Canog announced today that it has been confirmed that every living apex has now gone VEP, signaling a decisive change in the future of our people. Despite this generosity, I am shocked to report that some of our people are ungrateful for the gift that is VEP. There are even talks of rebels, cowardly individuals who claim that the disease was fabricated by the Mini-Canog to force us to partake in the process. I would consider such talk tantamount to treason. I ask these rebels why they are willing to spread their toxic lies from the shadows. Luckily, our Mini-Canog have control over these would-be troublemakers. I would personally hope they are weeded out and punished for such disgraceful talk. Apex, an identity lost as a rebel in the Apex Society. The truth of our history can be earned by first rejecting the false narrative that has been fed to us all our lives. The Mini-Canog's Vestio Evo process was responsible for irreversibly changing our entire race's biology. But since records are mostly destroyed, we cannot be sure how long ago this happened. How long have the Mini-Canog been in power? 400 years, maybe? 5. Little information remains of how our society used to be. Were we too passive as a society? That could explain how a dictatorship took charge so easily without resistance. We may have lost our past to the Mini-Canog, but we shall not lose our future too. Apex Ration Book. Apex Ration Book. Mini-Canog Daily Citizen Supply Inventory. Certified Nutrient Paste 1. Certified Bottled Water 1. Copy of the Daily Peel 1. Additional luxuries are obtainable in return for information on rebel activity. Big Ape is watching you. Descent in our midst. Denounce rebel lies! The insidious presence of anti-Mini-Canog rebellion means to destroy our way of life. If you suspect a colleague, a friend, or family member to be a rebel, inform your local Mini-Canog representative now. Rebellion is punishable by death. Always remember, Big Ape is watching you. Internal report. Presence number 01, wildlife. The organic and artificial life forms of deep space show curious ecological behaviors that have not been seen in terrestrial environments. One captured life form, which can only be described as a flying cycloptic triangle, displayed an impressive ability to vaporize an entire squad of field scientists in under 000:400 metaclicks. While these creatures are undeniably threatening, their bodies are typically structured in a way that doesn't allow them to survive in even minor gravitational conditions. Minikanag outposts with gravity fields have been shown to be of little interest to the various space predators, with turret installations deterring the more aggressive threats. Presence number 02, humans. Outpost Epsilon 12 has had another encounter with a human vessel. Referring to themselves as part of a corporate military, these humans seem somewhat more reckless in their more benign Terran Protectorate organization. They display an almost reprehensible capitalistic drive, immediately pledging cooperation with Epsilon 12 in the hopes of acquiring military resources and funds. Unlike our own soldiers, it has been observed that this group struggles heavily with obedience among their own ranks. Many of their freighters have long been lost to mutinies, with their crews instead deciding on careers in space banditry. With the conclusion that association with this faction might cause us complication, Theta Branch have proposed a method to quietly decimate them from within by exploiting their eagerness for bioweaponry. Ooh, spoopy. Minikanag Crisis Aversion. This is a Minikanag public service announcement. All water sources have been discovered to contain a deadly pathogen. : The hard-working doctors of the Minikanag have already discovered a cure. Vaccination includes free enrollment into the Vestige Evo process. This is not optional. Citizens must report to their local town hall immediately for a vaccination. Woo. Well, at least we're getting a little background history to the Apex. Too bad Durs isn't around. I should poke him. Yay! Hey, Durs. Project D-Ape. Lab report. Trial number 5062. Observation. Theta Branch sent over their new batch of gene resequence strings, so we eagerly put them to the test on subject 5062. We were hoping the new proto-ray level adjustments we made after trials 5032, 5039 might yield improved results, but 5062 unfortunately expired at 002 metaclicks into the process, suffering from surprising cranial displacement. Fascinating to observe. 5062 conclusions. Proto-ray levels incompatible with new gene resequence strings. I advise to start with lower proto-ray levels. Note any improvement. Trial 5063 observations. We tried the process again with lower proto-ray levels as advised. Subject initially appeared to respond well. Further observation revealed a sudden drop in mental activity and motor skill, but with a newfound compulsion to make loud chirping noises. The subject was forcefully terminated at 55,106 metaclicks after being deemed too irritating to maintain alive. Conclusion. Out of curiosity, I investigated the gene string we were given. May I request that a branch stop attempting to save time by splicing gene samples from their pet weasels? It is causing us a great deal of wasted time and effort. Selection bias. Dear valued citizen, thank you for your patience. We are receiving an exceptionally high number of emails at this time. I can assure you that our donor selection system uses the most reliable Apex technology to randomly select donors from all corners of our beloved society. It is with pride that I announce the 3,215th donor is you. Congratulations! A welcome party has been dispatched for your immediately initiation into the D-Ape program. Big Ape is watching you. To whom it may concern, there is a rumor running amongst the Apex aristocrat circles that your so-called donor selection system is heavily biased towards the poorest Apex citizens. As a council official myself, I'm investigating the matter personally. Please direct me to the appropriate contact at the Minicanog Ministry, as I have only been able to find this generic FAQ contact. Yours sincerely, Councilman Rosabella Novich. Rebel Dispatch. Rebel Dispatch. Base 8 to bases 12, 11, 14. Subject, interrupting dissemination of Minicanog propaganda, hereforth known as Operation Proclamation. Precondition, all bases, assault volunteers required. Target, Precinct 10. Factory presses, soldiers to destroy presses and printed stockpile. Request for provisions, base 4. Charges, explosive materials, grade C. Additional information. Operation Proclamation to be enacted in conjunction with Operation Breach. Side effect of Veep. For internal distribution only. Vestige Evo process. Final report before distribution. The trade-off between the mental evolution and physical de-evolution is unavoidable. Skeletal alteration is extreme. Hair growth drastically increased. Mental function at 300% efficiency. Conclusion. The change to our species will be permanent. Research into reversing the physical de-evolution to commence immediately. The superior species. For an incalculable time, the apex dreamed of a destiny promised to us, a whispering from the stars which spoke of a greatness beyond the constraints of our natural form. Bound by our DNA to lives of mediocrity, we preserved inconsequentially in our quiet corner of the universe. Then came the day when the mini Kanag was formed, the greatest minds of our people united together to further the most important research in scientific history. When a devastating plague struck, the discovery of the cure came with the most unexpected side effect. The vestige evo process, or VEEP, was invented, trading physical de-evolution for intellectual evolution. The VEP has allowed us to become the race we were destined to be. With our advanced intellect, the apex spread efficiently through the universe, becoming an active presence in the galactic community. Under the guiding hand of the mini Kanag, enough resources were gathered to provide housing for our entire population, rich and poor. To this day, the mini Kanag are committed to their valiant research, perhaps one day restore the lost physical identity of the apex of old. And that should be mostly it for Apex. Whew. So which one should I read next? Avian, Florian, Glitch, Human, Hoitel, Penguin. Should I read about the mining facility, the first big major dungeon with the first big major boss we fight? Ceremonial hunting caverns? I won't do the ceremonial, the Grand Pagoda, and these ones because those will give spoilers to the story. So everything from the mining facility down is off limits, at least for now. Colony, Hirakai, Corral, the Hoitel Adventure, and Esther's Journal. Glitch? Glitch. I've read a few of these. A plea to the self-aware glitch. My glitch, brothers and sisters, among the stars you may have felt it. An awakening within yourself. The same transformation of consciousness which has revealed the truth to a small percentage of our population. You were once one of many players on an eternal stage, but you are now free. You may have tried to explain these new experiences to your kin, but they will never understand. Many labeled us mad or dangerous, but whilst there is dangerous and loneliness to be found, if you remain amongst those unawakened, ours is a brighter future. No longer do you need to act like autonomons just to survive. Seek the stars, my awakened allies. There are many glitch just like you who have journeyed into the stars and joined new communities who accepted us. I implore you to be strong and take the leap. If you know of others like yourselves, inform them that there is hope. Good luck, my friends, on the first day of your new lives. built for a purpose. Are we not a fascinating race, having long since attained self-awareness? The origin of the glitch race fascinates me. The most curious thing is that we were deliberately built with the compulsion to fulfill desires outside of those that are biologically necessary. The need to fulfill carefully crafted base instincts became imperative and shaped the entire oil-splattered timeline of the glitch history. The question is, why? Why limit our potential to that of beings governed by emotions so easily replicated? I have run every analysis, constructed every model, and the answer continues to elude. Are we but an experiment? And if so, is instinct the variable or the control? Perhaps our Creator will know. Built for a purpose too. If we are indeed lab rats that scurry beneath the microscope of higher beings, I must consider the parameters of such an endeavor. On inspecting other beings, I have found technology and society to thrive, not at the hands of the many, but of the few. Those few members to whom genius comes without provocation. I believe the glitch are programmed to be incapable of creative genius, and thus our ability to evolve as a species is stagnant. Perhaps our Creator intended to deliver these ideas to us at a controlled rate, but our Creator has long fallen silent. Glitch salvation lies outside the ones and zeros that construct our programmer's prison. We must break free of our programming. Doomed machines discovered. Hello, fellow explorers! Have you been exploring unknown territories across the stars, only to discover worlds full of lifeless ruins? I know I have. In my latest venture, I was met by another familiar scene, only this time I discovered the remains of a robotic race, similar to the glitch, but amongst far more technologically advanced ruins than familiar castles and citadels. Perhaps the glitch would be similarly ill-fated, were they not cursed with the inability to progress culturally. Perhaps their greatest flaw is actually a blessing in disguise. Filling up the tank. Filling up the tank. The glitch do not eat. They eat just as we do, though surprisingly, their process of digestion differs greatly. When the glitch eat, food is collected in the body and broken down by bacteria. As the food ferments, methane gas is released and collected. The methane is then burnt, and the heat created is used to power a gas turbine. As such, each glitch has his or her own internal combustion engine. Of course, not every scrap of food breaks down, but that what's left makes a very fine compost. These leftovers are expelled from the body. Mechanical machinations. Throughout history, the flow and eddy of shifting factions has held sway over the keeps and castles of the Glitch. The first Glitch family to rule this province were the noble Wirebits, who lasted several generations. Then, in a bid to extend their influence, they married their then heir, Pluglock Werebit, to the renowned and beautiful Valpin Ledkey. Sadly, Ledkey proved a thorny rose, and a marital dispute soon devolved into all-out warfare between the two houses. After much strife, the Ledkings were victorious. However, the rule of the Ledkeys did not last long. A notorious northern lord, Hexkey Sifhinge, had been watching and plotting. While the Ledkeys were still depleted from the wire-bit turmoil, Cliffhinge pounced and easily pushed them out. Unfortunately for Cliffhinge, he died soon after, leaving no heirs. And so the land passed to the family of Washerplate, who promptly lost it to the house Locknut, who quickly fell to the Flyheads, who soon brought down by the fan clips, and so on and so forth, ad infinitum. It should be noted that despite the upheaval plaguing their upper echelons, the proletariat remains steadfastly unfazed to the point of indifference. They simply go about their business, as is their intention of their programming. Medicine amongst the Glitch. Glitch doctors function something like mechanics, although they are unable to draw this comparison themselves. If you were to go to a skilled Glitch surgeon and ask him to mend a damaged vehicle, he would look at you with complete perplexity, despite the fact that, unrecognizably to him, he would be entirely capable of doing so. Interestingly, some elements of their system's computational aspects especially are beyond their capabilities to fix, in the same way parts of our own complex biology defeat us. However, what I find most fascinating is that the Glitch uses bandages, slaves, and tinctures in their medicines. This seems to be an innate part of their programming. Even self-aware Glitch hold by these practices. Most intriguingly of all, these treatments are effective. Glitch that don't use such items when needed become sickly, and even die in same cases when similarly afflicted biological beings would. It is a profound and inescapable placebo effect brought about by their programming. I think I read this one the other day. The ins and outs of it. Glitch reproduction is managed by couples, and it seems to be one of the Glitch's many programmed blind spots. It was some time before I was able to witness the process, as Glitch who would allow me to observe the procedure were few and far between. When I eventually did find a willing couple, what I saw was quite fascinating. Parts were procured from a certain shop, the couple picking items and features that felt right. These parts were then taken home, and over the course of several weeks, a new glitch was built. The process took place over multiple sessions and was always undertaken in private, but for my presence. Each time, once the work had started in earnest, both glitch went into some sort of trance, some level of their functioning entirely suspended. While in this state they carried out feats of engineering I would usually deem far beyond them. These beings enacted mechanically, efficiently, and completely silently. It was quite strange to watch. At the terminus of each session, the two glitch would suddenly and simultaneously become their usual selves. Interestingly, the few times I tried to discuss the process after the fact, neither would go beyond stating that they had a very nice time. Yay for glitch sex. Ha 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 ha. The plague of madness. Hear ye, citizens of the village. This is a decree from your beloved mayor. There is a spreading madness amongst the populace. Some of our brothers and sisters speak of a truth that they may have been awakened, and that the rest of us are living in some sort of simulation. This is no doubt a plague, and those struck with madness should be avoided for one's own sake. And that is the end of the glitch lore, or at least the dedicated glitch lore. Which one would you guys like to help me read next after I relax my voice a little bit? I'm also going to go, oh, I'm not going to do that because I have this set to the screen, so you'll be able to see whatever I'm seeing. Never mind. I know I had a micro USB cable around here somewhere. Where did it go? It was within hand's reach. Where'd you go, you mofo? I see it. I'm gonna go get the micro USB. I will be back shortly. You will be able to hear me if I holler and yell. I'd just rather not be tethered to a headset at the moment. Got the micro USB cable. Now I can use my phone. Yay! I'm still waiting for someone to respond which one I should read next, or which set. Okay. That sounds curiously refreshing. So human it is. A history of space travel. Human history dates back so far that many records have been lost. Old tales speak of our ancestors somehow venturing into space without the aid of warp travel. But there is no real evidence of this. Once the discovery of warp travel was made, however, mankind was quickly able to advance both technologically and culturally, resulting in the last several thousands of years of peace and prosperity. That much we know. A united Earth. Many centuries ago, Earth was governed in a seemingly endless tide of shifting hierarchies. Empires rose and fell, nations grew to prominence and collapsed, and wary peace was established only to implode. This volatility spanned millennia. The Earth we know today was forged when humankind turned to the stars. At this time, resources once scarce became abundant, and a shift took place. We recognized our insignificance and our significance within the universe. Instead of expanding our settlements across the stars, we began to look inward, to strive for balance and a sustainable way of life with the support of newly acquired resources, and to build a solid future for our beloved Earth. Well, yeah, I don't have all of the codex. So if I were to... So all of these do exist in game, and you have to find them. They'll be in chests, but most likely on some sort of bookshelf. And if I can find my... There it is. Okay. So you'll see these bookshelves here. They don't do anything. They're just meh, boring things. But see this one. It started flashing when I put the mouse over it. It is a storage container. There's another. That one isn't one. But these are. Also, welcome to Steve's room. This is going to be a short little project that I'll be working on this coming week to develop a room and have it contain all of the codex. I will be cheating for this. All of the mainline codex, by the way. So, that is why I am reading from the wiki page, because I do not have everything here. I've got all of these, which I read earlier in the stream. But I don't have, there's a whole lot of those I don't have. I don't have all of those. I don't have all of the Dear Baron. Oh yeah. That's like spoiler. 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 Some of that spoiler. Yeah, I think in the save I have Steve Husband. Because Jill's been trying to get Steve to play games. And well, he's more of a book person. He likes to go either sit back and read a good book while listening to a wonderful vinyl, or work on a model of some sort. Well, in this game, as we've seen in my streams thus far, I build empires. You can build a ship. Make your ship bigger. You can build buildings. You can explore the universe. There's so much you can do in this game. And the point of the codex in this book is to explain some of the backstory that you do not get playing the main storyline. You will not get the story if you just play it straight through without collecting these codex. You'll only have just a little scrape of what the backstory is. What is the glitch? How do they procreate? Who are the Florians? How did Big Ape come to be? Why are these abandoned mini-Canog facilities? Why are they non-abandoned mini-Canog facilities with animals inside? Etc., etc. So there's a lot of backstory that you'll learn by reading the lore and the codex. And that is the whole purpose of tonight's stream, is for me to read at least a number of them. At least before my voice goes out and whatnot. So, make of that what you will. So, let's go back to the wiki. Wiki, 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 kaboom, bing bong. Really? That's interesting. I know I've found underwater cities before. Oh, if you watched last night's stream, Linux GNU, I think it was like episode 41 or something like that. Uh, at the end, I found an abandoned Hoitel village. Let's go to here. Okay, so Hoitel underwater ruins. This is likely what you found. It will look something kind of like this. And I may, with the one that I found, try and create a airlock, seal it, airlock it, find the lowest point, drain it of all water, or at least of as much water as I possibly can, and then go about making it into a base, an underwater city. That might be fun. Things to see in the future. If you like this video and you want to see that, hey, throw me a few shekels at either Libera Pay or contact me directly, and we can find a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Also, don't forget to watch Linux Gamecast and Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays. Yay! Shilling! Okay. So yeah, you probably found the Hoitel underwater ruins. And you can see here, you have to explore those ruins to find 3 or 4 of the Hoitel lore books. Well, you could do that too, but that won't help me make my streams better, you know? Buy better equipment, maybe do more things like stream Game Boy or DS games, possibly simultaneous stream on Twitch, YouTube, and whatever the hell Durs mentioned last night. Streamlabs or some bullshit like that. Well, the local forest... Now, there are no local forest fighters. You have CAL FIRE. CAL FIRE is the statewide firefighting organization. Then you've got several federal agencies. So you've got Bureau of Land Management for national forests, like Los Padres, which burned a couple years ago. The Thomas Fire was Los Padres. Then you had the Los Angeles and Forest Fire with Woolly, or the Woolly Fire that burnt part of Los Angeles National Forest. And then you've got national parks, which is managed by the Department of Interior. So the Woolsey fire that happened last year, something like that, not long ago, that was on national parkland, and they had the Department of Interior fight that. So you've got several federal agencies that end up dealing with firefighting. Plus, you had the military with the Woolsey fire because it affected the naval base that's nearby. So there isn't necessarily just one group. You've got city, county, state, and federal firefighting groups. And between those, you may have splinters. Luckily for the particular city that I live in, our firefighters and our police department is county. So it is one pool of funding for them. So funding is spread over a large area. Okay, fine. That means more affluent areas that just they don't get as much of a benefit. But the perk is the information passed between them all is much better. Wait, what the hell did you get me into, Linux Guru? This is supposed to be a relaxing Starbound stream. Okay, let's get back to this. So we read a United Earth. Earth's emergency broadcast. SOS! Save our species! Earth is under attack from an unidentified organism! Destruction is imminent! Evacuation is impossible with no major settlements off-planet! If you're a human receiving this broadcast, we are now an endangered species! The future of the Terrain Protectorate is in your hands! I had to be about maybe a foot and a half away from the microphone while reading that. I definitely clipped, didn't I? Human Census Report. Analysis of off-world human census. This recent census has established two facts. That the level of human inter-system colonization is even lower than previously estimated, and that the average size of a settlement is minute. Yes, that looks like minute, but it's actually spelled minute. There we go. Minute. Extremely small. A minute fraction of an inch. Small as to the verge of insignificance. He will have no more than a minute chance of exercising significant influence. I have a minute chance of ever being able to afford an i7 processor so that I can bring you guys much better streams. Or even a Ryzen. Donate, please. The largest single settlement is now confirmed to be on Erin Borealis 7, numbering just 19 individuals, composing of 5 families. These statistics are not especially surprising. Studies carried out during the census indicate these settlers tend to be of adventurous disposition, and while this is not an uncommon characteristic among us humans, deciding to become a settler is still atypical behavior. Most humans of this personality type choose to travel, join interplanetary crews, become a protector, or live nomadically for some period of their lives. Few people relish the idea of living in deep isolation without infrastructure or support. While settlement life does seem to suit a particular minority well, most other humans prefer to base themselves within the variety, vitality, and peacefulness of Earth. Humanity needs you. Humans must organize to overcome the menace that plagues us. We must fight against the vermiest races that infest our universe. Whilst you sit complacent, these vile creatures corrupt our home. Humans unite. Join Acasis. Wear the purple hood. Humanity's redemption. In order to appreciate how far humanity has come, one must take a journey through our history. The desire to discover, pioneer, and prosper has always been our strength, and was a common value amongst the diverse populace of Earth. This passion often erupted into conflict when confined to our tiny planet. Blinded by greed, we stripped Earth bare of its finite resources. Although the tapestry of our past is stained with bloodshed, in times of strife, ingenuity is humanity's saving grace. As our technology improved, we were able to travel further into space, and in time we encountered other sentient life and plentiful resources. We were forever changed, enlightened by these discoveries. We became united in our goal to establish the Terrian Protectorate here on Earth as a bastion of peace and acceptance for all throughout the universe. Oh, for the love of... No. No. I just say no. This is a bug book. Screw that. Fuck that. Nope, nope, nope. Actually, I think this is one that you have to earn or buy. Not entirely sure. Oh, it's found in human campsites. Okay. It lists a name and description for each catchable bug in the game. I've not run across this, by the way. Off-World Census, Off-Earth Human Census, Volume 329, page 804. Schedule number 164. System, Misma Fin. Misma Fin 3 is the planet. Settlement, Rubywood. 2 families equaling 4 people total. Schedule 165. System, Misma Fin. Planet, Misma Fin 5. Rumors of human habitation incorrect. Schedule 1 number 166. System, Alma Knoll. Alma Knoll 4 is the planet. Settlement, Wide Canyon. 1 family equaling 2 people total. Census complete. Final total humans dwelling off Earth, 15,802,433. Total humans leading nomadic existence, unknown. Huh. So that's about the same population as Los Angeles. Wait, how big is Los Angeles? So basically, the entire population of Los Angeles County. Okay. Well, close enough. Give or take. Our duty to the stars. Mankind's true calling. In recent years, mankind's devotion to uniting the people of the universe has shone a spotlight on Earth. As more and more alien races visit our homeworld, bringing with them tales of their own rich histories, it is easy to see how mankind is slowly becoming the tenders of all life. Earth is now a place of solace, a bright flame in what was once darkness. We call for an organization, one of peace, to shield that flame, to feed it its warmth. The Protectorate Code. We are the Protectorate. From our home on Earth, we bring our message to people of the universe. We accept any race, class, or religion. We offer homes, guidance, education, and safety. Our aim is for unity and harmony across the universe. Our arms are open to all. USCM Annual Report. Overview. The Universal Space Corporate Military has faced a taxing fiscal cycle. Our goal, to spread the force and influence of humanity beyond Earth, remains in sight as always. The Terrene Protectorate still denotes us as a rogue footnote in Earth's history. We are confident that in their insistent inaction leaves them vulnerable. We shall not make the same mistakes as our cousins on Earth. Employment. In previous cycles, our private prison project has shown to increase staff complacency. However, the last 6 terms have been tough on our merchant class freighters, which has led to an increase in staff confined on-world imprisonment. Future projections show that the prisons, if left understaffed, risk each developing their own internal power hierarchies. Further observation is advised. Projects. Our current financial future may seem uncertain to many, but breakthroughs in our genetic manipulation labs, with the help from our allies, the Minikanog, might give us a strong foundation in the fields of bioweaponry. The research into Project Parasprite is being conducted simultaneously across many of our research class freighters. Perhaps next cycle will be the start of a new future for the USCM. Okie dokie, guys. Which one is next? Linux GNU, DIRS, Nation, or what? Neonel, I believe. I could be pronouncing it incorrectly. Any thoughts? Jill? Steve? I await your answer. I have 10-second delay on, so. I wait? Why don't I fix a few things here? Because, I mean, why? Why should I have... Okay, so I need to put a window there. Ah, the books. Oh no, now I can't get in. Oh dear. Ah, interesting. Big old pile of books. Hee hee. Yay! Oh dear. Looks like the books have gone a little broken on me. welcome to my ship. Or at least this character's ship. Interesting. Okay, so this save predates the mechs. I know that for sure. Which also explains why all of the planets that I had teleporters on are absolutely gone. They're gone, sir. Gone, I tell ya. Oops. Okay, so any idea of which codec and lore to read next? Okay, so mining facility. Since if you haven't been the mine, then I feel sorry for you. You haven't gotten very far in the game. But everything from ceremonial all the way down to Baron Keeps, that's off limits. There are spoilers in there. Do not want, at least not for now. But hey, if you want to read it, go to the Starbounder wiki, the official Wikipedia of the Starbound universe. Communication failed. Printed transcript number 13. This is Lunar 12 to Lethita HQ. Come in. Over. We have an emergency HQ. There's some kind of monster. Come in, HQ. What's going on? HQ, can you... Interrupted. This is Lethina Automatic Call Response. The Lethina Corporation is aware of your situation. Outgoing communications from Lunar Base 12 have now been shut down. We hope you have a nice day. Emergency lockdown. This facility has been put into full lockdown in accordance with procedure Alpha 1A Awakening. The Icarus life form has been awakened in your facility. We ask that employees remain calm. Letters will be sent to your families thanking them for your services. We hope you have a nice day. The Lathina Corporation. Lathina Corporation Guidelines. We kindly ask that employees 1. Wear the appropriate safety equipment at all times. 2. Behave appropriately and in a professional manner. 3. Report unfamiliar occurrences to Lathina HQ before approaching on-site management. 4. Have a nice day. The Icarus Horror. I'm probably mispronouncing it, so don't quote me on that. We are calling it the Icarus Horror. We've been trapped down here with it since the facility went into lockdown. And believe me, horror describes its nature perfectly. We found it in a deep vein of Icarus crystal, and upon uncovering the thing, it awoke. At first we thought it was a sentient crystal, but despite a desperate attack with a mining laser cannon, uncovered a single unblinking eye within. It fired streams of searing plasma at us, destroying most of our equipment. Attacking up close was impossible. Those of us who got too near were drawn inside it and transformed into mutant servants for the monster. We fled, and the mutants followed. The laser cannon was left intact. Perhaps a braver soul could go back and use it to destroy the creature. Hint, hint. They would have to be agile enough to dodge its beams and strong enough to defeat its corrupted lackeys. I just don't have the fight in me anymore. A disturbing thought occurs. This could be a parasite, but who is to say creatures like this aren't instead the source of the crystal? We may never know for sure, but I hope for everyone's sake that this plague never leaves this doomed moon. Okay, next one. I forgot why I don't use that USB cable. It actually drains my devices versus charges them. Stupid bloody USB cable. Well, to make sure I never use it again. Snip. So we read Apex, we read Glitch, We read human, and we read colony, starter, and other. So if you missed those, this video will be posted onto YouTube. This won't be an episode per se. This will be a reading video because this is not my normal Starbound stream. Well, the one decently long USB 3 cable I had as spare and available to me, I started out at 28% battery on my phone. And when I just checked to reply to you guys, I was at 8, which was shutdown levels. So this cable sucked. It was actually causing more battery drain than anything. Yes, this is going to be more of a mirror reads. Okay. Durs says, Avian, how about you, Linux Ganuru? Avian? Want to hear about avian lore? Praise Kulix. Okay. Now I see how I can get them. Oops. Wait, why is that on that screen? That should be, there we go. Avian, okay. I've already done the Apex. Yep. So, Avian it is. A pilgrimage to Avos. Like most avians, I was not born on Avos, but grew up surrounded by tales of our homeworld. For as long as I could remember, I dreamed that Bleh. Hold on, I lost my line. A pilgrimage to Avos. Like most avians, I was not born on Avos, but grew up surrounded by tales of our homeworld. For as long as I could remember, I dreamed that I would one day travel there. It took many years of hard work and discipline to afford the trip, a crucial part of an avian's pilgrimage. Finally, I made the long journey and was truly rewarded. The beauty of Avos is unrivaled in the universe, as Avos once dwelt in the aether within the wings of Kulix. No, I also am going through an allergy issue. We just had some rain, so pollen, allergies, I'm a mess. Avian battle techniques. Leading 30,000 warriors. The field of battle must be chosen carefully. Seek out wide plains where the weight and extent of our forces can be the most powerfully displayed. Our warriors should amass methodically and in silence. Once assembled in their vastness, let each individual scream out his battle cry and shriek the songs of war. Set the battle drums to thunder. Should attack be necessary, break the enemy ranks with ranged weaponry. Advance, storm, and harry their lines with 10,000 warriors. To take the flanks, lead 10,000 avians in divisions. Ambush and pincer the flanks. Preface your most fierce assaults with false withdrawal to send the enemy line into disarray. Keep 10,000 warriors in reserve. Take your enemies alive where possible. There is no better sacrifice to Kulix than to stain his altar with the blood of a worthy foe. Praise Kulix. Obey Big Ape. Avos script verse 1:1:1. So, chapter 1, verse 1, paragraph 1. Avos was once tethered beyond the stars, this much is known. There was no beginning, for the avian kind have lived eternally beyond the mortal realm. In the aether they dwelt within the brace of Kulix, the winged one above all. Kulix gifted them with true wings, and they worshipped in kind. History of the Stargazers. Avian society centers around our unwavering devotion to the one true God, Kulix, and thus our high priests, the Stargazers, are the highest echelon of our ruling structure. For aeons, our ancestors fought amongst themselves in fragmented factions until the Stargazers united us all, bringing an end to the conflict. Under their rule, we have found strength beyond the wings of Kulix. Manifesto of the Grounded. We are grounded. See the grand lie they call Kulix. The false stream of absolution is a cage in which we refuse to remain any longer. Our people will call us blasphemers, but we are free. We shall sail the skies in ships of our own making, not on dreams of wings. We may now be outcasts, but we shall find communities amongst the stars that are based on a foundation of truth, not falsehoods. Let it be known. I whacked the mic. No, that was a mouse. I might have whacked the mic. Ha ha. Okay, that's too much, but oh well. If I cannot be like Linux Gnu and handle a drink, a shot of something. What is this skin? Looks like alcohol. I'm pretty sure it isn't motor oil. At least mostly sure. What's a good reading without a good drink? Please don't hit the mic. Please don't hit the mic. Nope. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, don't hit the... God damn it. I hit the mic. Sorry about that to headphone users. Oh God, it burns! Oh. I had to take another sip just to make sure. Whew. Our lost wings, avians of the Kulex faith, hold a peculiar religious belief that our kind once had wings capable of flight, much like non-sentient birds. It is a curious thought, one likely born of idealism rather than historical fact. From a biological standpoint, it is not unthinkable that our arms could have evolved from the wings of our ancestors, but not without the passage of 1,000,000 or more years. It is a curious thought indeed. Stargazers' treasures. The Avolite crystals, regarded as a divine gift from Kulex in avian society, only occur naturally on the avian homeworld of Avos. These sacred gemstones are impossible to cut and therefore only exist in their natural, faceted form. Avian high priests, known as stargazers, have the sole right to mine them, and to trespass into their mines is a crime punishable by death. The eyes of Kulex. The understanding of machinery has not come easily to avian kind. We were not born a race of engineers, more a race of warriors and priests. This is the natural way of things, but that changed forever once the Avolite crystals were bestowed upon us. Bridging the gap between spiritualism and science, the crystals have enabled our civilization to flourish in this modern age. Oh, God damn it. Is this only entry 1? Okay, yeah, it is entry 1. Give me a moment. There we go. That should be a little better. I'm not crouching over as much. Okay. Yoloti's Diary Entry Number 1. Today, Stargazer Zolan sent for me. He gave me the most incredible news. I am to be next cycle's ascendant. I could not believe it. He had to reassure me several times that he hadn't made a mistake. I was so shocked to be deemed worthy. Zolan said, by the words of Kulex, you are worthy. He told me Kulex came to him in a star dream, just as he does each cycle, and this time he asked for me. Hearing that was almost too much. I had been chosen by Kulex himself. I felt lightheaded, almost as though I might spiral skyward right there. Nah, bro. You just had too much alcohol, too much booze. Speaking of which, time for another drink. Pardon. Oh God, it burns. It burns the nose, burns the throat, and the lungs. Everything's on fire. My liver burns too. Okay, next entry. I spend so much of my time in the temple now. I've never felt closer to Kulex. Each day we pray and chant. I am anointed. I found myself at the altar today and ran my hand along the blood stains on the surface, so fresh from sacrifices of the recent battle. It was wonderful. The sensation almost electric. The blood of brave warriors, our noble enemies, set aflow to satisfy our mighty and wondrous God. Soon my essence will join Kulex, just like theirs, but mine goes willingly. It makes my heart light to think that I can help to ensure the eternal happiness of Kulex. After 9 days have elapsed, we feast. Every 9 days. I've never eaten so well in my life. The preparation is even more gratifying than the food. The attendants come and help me bathe, and then, once I'm dried, my crest feathers are leafed with gold. My beak is buffed and polished too, so that it shines brightly in the firelight. While all this is being done, pine oil is applied to my feathers so thickly that they almost feel lacquered by the end of it. Pine oil is such a heady scent. It makes me smell like the purest of air, high above the mountains. Tomorrow is the festival and my ascension. I can't stop going over it. In my head, I will rise before dawn, awoken by Stargazer Zolan himself, and then he and I will pray together. After that, the attendants join us. I will be anointed in the oils again. Once the oil is applied, gold dust is brushed through my feathers. It's the gold dust that will make me glitter like the heavens once I get outside amongst the lanterns. It makes me nervous that such a large crowd will be lining the streets. So much attention, but proud too. Stargazer Zolan and the lesser priest will escort me in the procession to the base of the celestial tower, and then the others will fall away, and Stargazer Zolan and I will proceed up the tower alone, followed by the attendants. We will reach the top of the tower. The Stargazer will speak the words of Kulex, and as the sun rises, I'll leap. I can't wait to spread my wings and greet the air, my body falling away beneath me. I give it so happily. Once it lands, it will be taken and treated and placed in a tomb of stacks amongst the vessels of my fellow ascendants. I can barely take an interest in it. My soul, my essence, my very self will be untethered, free to soar, to join Kulex as part and whole. I hear the wind calling me. It is Kulex's voice. Avoscript verse chapter 23, verse 4, paragraph 27. Deep within the heart of avians, a single spark of jealousy ignited. The flame grew until there burned the raging fires of greed. And so it was that avians crossed into the mortal realm, so that they may walk amongst beings of flesh and blood. But upon turning their backs on the heavens, all avians were forever stripped of their eternal wings, and must walk in the darkness until they achieve true absolution in the light of Kulex. Praise Kulex. Obey Big Ape. I'll choose the next one. So, the next set will be from Hirikari Corral, the Adventurer. A Nice Day Out by Hiraki Corral, Hoitle Adventurer. I found myself at somewhat an impasse. Behind me, a horde of glitch with pitchforks and torches were swarming my way. Ahead of me, the opening to a sewer. I made my call and dived headlong into the dark tunnels. Oh, what a narrow escape. Now that I am down here, exploring the maze-like corridors, encountering not a soul, it is, in fact, rather peaceful. The steady dripping of water from the ceiling, the bubbling rush of streams underfoot, the sporadic buzzing of giant wings somewhere behind me. A Slight Misunderstanding by Hirakai Corral, Hoitel Adventure. As one of my frequent attempts at cultural sensitivity, I decided to try and further integrate myself with my host. Exploring the castle, I found a number of decorative suits of armor that appeared to depict great glitch warriors. Naturally, to make my companions comfortable, I put a suit on. The armor was hard to walk in, so I lost my balance a few times. In fact, I came tumbling down the stairs and rolled into the main hall, and all glitch eyes were on me. Rather than the warm greeting I deserved, however, they began to wail and yell. I heard the words anger and disgust a number of times, and then they began to chase me. Which would explain why he went into the sewers. Florian Architecture by Hiraki Corral, Hoitel Adventure. Trees! They live in trees! These wild, savage plant people live in huge tree houses built with care and attention. Well, not all of them do. I mean, they also live in caves and an occasional crevice. But it's a far cry from our wonderful ocean paradises. Of course. But one has to admire their tenacity, which the species attempts to carve out a niche to call their own. The craftsmanship is much as you'd expect from the Florian. Crude, to say the least. But there's an undeniable charm. I've had plenty of time to study this, as I've been hiding in one of their tree houses for about 3 days now, waiting for my chance to slip away unnoticed. Oh, what fun adventuring is. Guest in the Castle by Hirakai Corral, Hoitel Adventure. The hospitality of the glitch is indisputable. When we met, they found me scaling the castle wall, attempting to look through a tower window. They politely invited me inside. Now, of course, it sounded like a trap, so there was a bit of a scuffle at first, but it turned out they were genuine. They offered me the run of the castle to explore, research, and investigate to my heart's content. Occasionally, I run into one of them, and they greet me pleasantly enough. I have been reading all manner of fascinating books, and my understanding of the glitch is growing. La Resistance by Hirakai Corral, Hoitel Adventure. Turns out the Apex Resistance fellows are rather nice. They've given me a room of my own, and even locked the door in case the mini-canogs storm in and endanger me. So thoughtful. Earlier, I pulled out my rocket launcher to show them the type of weaponry they should be considering, and it caused such a ruckus. I've never seen Apex get so excited. One of them was so eager he tried to grab it from me, and we had a little accident involving an RPG and the front of HQ. I might not be able to do this for much longer. I don't drink much alcohol if you haven't gathered that. Oh god, it burns. Everything burns. It's like I'm California. Seasick by Hirakai Corral, Hoitle Adventurer. I've spent my days on this ship feeling exceptionally queasy. On occasion, I have actually succumbed to nausea, and well, it's not polite to speak of it. Right now, I'm looking for a sidekick, and a plan, and a cause. Maybe. I hear those Apex could use a little help, or maybe the humans. I will crusade for justice throughout the galaxy, and it will be glorious. The Prefix Problem by Hirakai Corral, Hoitle Adventurer. Let it never be said that I do not attempt to integrate with whichever host I find myself indebted to. I have noticed that when addressing me, the glitch used prefix words, examples, dismissive, annoyed, alarmed, and frustrated. Feeling as if this is a custom I should practice, I have begun to partake in their linguistic frippery myself. Delighted, it is good to see you, I said, but the glitch I was addressing simply gave me a strange look, and then said something to his friend. Maybe it was a faux pas on my account? The Silly Mini Canog by Hirakai Corral, Hoitle Adventure. The Mini Canog certainly do treat the other Apex badly. So sad. Everyone is under constant surveillance and scrutiny. It is very tedious and stressful. Really? Can you blame me for ditching my escort? Can you? I happen to find myself in what I think must be a resistance headquarters. So rebellious. I recognize some of the faces from the wanted posters. The Apex stared at me as if I was some sort of intruder or something. One of them was shivering and looked cold, so I loaned her my big ape-branded jacket. So kind. Trapped in a Tomb by Hirakai Corral, Hoitle Adventure. So I'm trapped in a tomb. I've been here for a couple of weeks. By my count. I can't find a way out. I triggered a secret door, and because secret doors are super exciting, I went inside. It closed behind me, and now I'm stuck in some dusty set of tunnels. I'll find my way out eventually, of course. I always do. I'm surprised no one's rescued me, though. I certainly have been making a lot of noise. And with that, I think I'm going to call it a night. Let me beam back to my ship. Curious in thought to why all of my previous teleporter stations are now pretty much gone. And with this, I will do this again. Probably if PC Per does not do a live stream on Wednesday, I will do another stream on Wednesday night during the PC Per hours that they'd normally be streaming, and I will read the rest of the codexes, the rest of the lore. So please keep an eye out on Twitch for that. Those of you on YouTube who are watching this, please do enjoy, like, subscribe, maybe donate via my Libera Pay. Contact me on other methods that you could donate, or means of methods to donate. I'd really appreciate it. It will make the stream, this stream, or my streams in general, better and more complete, and possibly more entertaining. So, with that, I will let you all get back to your evenings, or mornings, or whatever time it is. Mostly evenings from the look at my world clock. And with that, I bid you adieu. Good night.